I scored 330 out of 340 on the GRE exam in 1 month. How I tackled all the three sections. So don't be surprised if your exam looks different. Now for this section, everyone is going to tell you to read the New Yorker or the Economist. I would call it a waste of time. So here's what I did instead. My rule was that simple. This is where your daily vocabulary work is going to get paid off. To be very honest, I did not prepare for this section at all. Don't spend too much time on this section. I scored 169 out of 170 in the Quant section. So my preparation was all about, apart from the official ETS material, you can also refer to this material comes from the people who actually write the exam. I scored 330 out of 340 on the GRE exam in 1 month. Quick heads up before we start this video. Please don't mind my voice, my throat is completely gone, but I didn't want to push this video back any further, so I'm making it anyway. So here's the thing, when I was thinking of appearing for GRE, I reached out to several people who have scored exceptionally well in the exam. Most of them told me that you need 3 to 6 months of dedicated practice. Some people even told me that you need 1 year for this exam if you want to score exceptionally well. I didn't listen to anybody and I thought of giving myself 1 month and taking a chance. So in this video, I will clearly break down how I tackled all the three sections: analytical writing, verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, what exactly I did, what resources I referred to that helped me clear this exam in 1 month. Quick bit of context so it all makes sense. I had already given CAT before, so it wasn't my first time with timed exams. So that did give me a head start, but I still had to build a real plan specific to GRE's format. That's what I'll be discussing in this video. Before I tell you how I prepared, let me quickly explain the GRE exam format. And if you already know the format, then you can skip this part of the video. The GRE exam begins with one analytical writing section in which you have to write one single essay. After that, you get 4 multiple choice sections, 2 verbal and 2 quantitative. The order of these sections is randomized. You could get quant verbal, or verbal quant. So don't be surprised if your exam looks different. The entire test takes just under 2 hours, so managing your time is just as important as knowing the concepts. Every single day I practiced verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning, both the sections simultaneously. I never focused on analytical writing. Honestly, I didn't consider it to be a section. I stuck to the official ETS material the entire time. No third party workbooks and all these prep companies, the PDFs they provide. I did not rely on any of those. The official guide and the official practice tests are simply the closest thing to the real tests. That is what I noticed. Now for this section, everyone is going to tell you to read the New Yorker or the Economist and try to pick up words naturally. But is that an effective way to do it? Absolutely not. I tried this same approach. I would read 10 pages, I would find, let's say, 5 new words. But then what? I would never see those 5 words again. I would call it a waste of time. So that just didn't make sense to me. So here's what I did instead. Every single word I didn't know, I pulled straight out of the passages in the official guide, nowhere else. And there is a reason why it works. GRE recycles its own vocabulary. If you notice carefully, the same kind of word keeps showing up passage after passage, question after question. I tried learning all the new words I found on the official material. My rule was that simple. Every time I hit a word in a passage, a question, or anywhere in the official material that I didn't know earlier, I would simply write it down. I would look at those words before sleeping. For reading passage, I would read the entire passage once, all the way through, and I would try to identify the author's tone. Then I would go straight to the questions. No rereading of the passage or getting lost in the detail. That's a waste of time. Now, specifically talking about the text completion and sentence equivalence questions, which I find very tricky, honestly. This is where your daily vocabulary work is going to get paid off. The stronger my word list got day by day, the faster I was able to solve these questions. Now, talking about the analytical writing section, which comes first in the exam. To be very honest, I did not prepare for this section at all. Reason why I didn't pay much attention to this section is that most of the universities weigh quant and the verbal section a lot more than analytical writing. So due to limited time, I completely neglected this section and I would not advise you guys to do that. Again, for this section also, I read ETS sample essays and scoring guides to understand what actually a good essay looks like according to them. I didn't practice at all. I just read the essays one day before the exam and that is not going to help you. You have to practice. So my advice would be, don't spend too much time on this section, but at the same time do not completely neglect it. Now talking about the quant section. First things first, I am a non-engineer, so when I was preparing for the CAT exam, I had to give equal importance to the quant section also. So there I practiced a lot for this section, which honestly helped me in this exam also. I scored 169 out of 170 in the quant section. Here's the thing, GRE is not testing advanced maths. It's testing how fast and automatic you are with the basic high school level concepts. Although this section is easy, but the problem with this section is speed. If you are sitting in the exam for 3 minutes and trying to understand how ratios work, you have lost. So my preparation was all about drilling the fundamentals, the basics, until they stopped being something I thought about. Ratios, percentages, exponents, and basic geometry. I tried to understand the basics and practiced a lot until it became automatic. In the exam hall, you shouldn't have to think about the rule. It should just click you instantly. Apart from the official ETS material, you can also refer to Manhattan Prep book. It's a book that many people recommended me who scored exceptionally well in the exam. Although I personally did not refer to this book, but it's one of the most recommended books out there. But first, my suggestion to you would be to work on the basics, and once you're done doing that, you can obviously refer to this book for some extra practice and building up the speed. Start with the official ETS material and finish it before you touch anything else. That means the official guide, official test books for both the quant and the verbal section, and then the official practice tests. You have to do these. This material comes from the people who actually write the exam, so it obviously reflects the real thing more accurately than anything else you buy. So that's everything for this video. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and share this video with someone who's actually preparing for this exam. Thank you very much.